guys, Jessica with the Rogue Word. So I know I'm like super late on getting videos up, but as everyone knows, life's a little messy right now. Now, I've been reading the same genre for probably 7-8 years now. It's usually falls in the realm of whatever paranormal. Well, I was scrolling on Facebook, seen a really nice book. It looked nice. The cover was great. And I clicked it, and you know, the whole Facebook sponsored ad thing takes you over to Amazon. And I hit one click. And I have been stuck in this area, genre, subgenre, whatever the hell you want to call it, for like the last week and a half. And I have no desire to leave it right now. The books have been really good. I've probably read like 12 in the last week and a half. Probably, I don't know, could be more, but right around there. I'm not going to talk about all of them. There's too many. Some of them were just kind of, some of them were like, ooh, hello, hi, how are you? So that's kind of where we're at. Now, the book that started it all was Married to the Dawn by Nicole Fox. Now, this was a really good story. I really liked the way she wrote it. I ended up reading 2 more of her books. They were amazing. This starts off with Molly, who is a single mom to a little boy named Theo. She's also homeless. And the mob boss, the male main character, his name's Victor. He seems like a total dreamboat. Big ol' softy, which also kind of followed suit with the rest of the books I read. All the mob bosses turned out to be big ol' softies, which was kind of, you know, hit or miss on it. Now, Molly had missed getting into the homeless shelter. She was too late to get in there and all the beds were filled. So she went to this sleazebag motel down the street to try and see if she could get a room for her and her son so they weren't out in the cold and in the wet. And she didn't have enough money. So here she is about to give up the punani to get herself a hotel room when Victor storms in and saves the day. And she ends up with a room and food and all the things. But Victor's brother, Fedor, or however his name is, I probably should have Googled how to say his name before I made this video, but whatever. It's how I said it in my head, and that's how I'm going to say it now. Is in prison. And in order for him to get out of prison, Victor needs to tie up like all the loose ends. Well, Molly happens to be a loose end, and Victor's supposed to offer. Well, he didn't know that there was a little boy, like a child involved. He didn't know that like Molly had one. It wasn't like in his stuff. So he's conflicted and he feels like this big urge to protect her once he finds out some truths. I'm not going to tell you because that would spoil like the whole damn thing. Just read the book. Just read it. You'll like it. I really enjoyed this book. Molly was really relatable on several levels. Victor was a really well written male lead. He was fierce, he was protective, but he was kind and he was gentle and he was brutal when like necessary. There was a lot of push and pull between the two of them, and that was really nice to see like that dynamic of the relationship, because you actually get to see it evolve from point A to point B to, oh, hey, we're going to get married. And it was very much a enemies to lovers, and like that's kind of where it fell into. So that was nice. There was some really good conflict in the book the further it progressed, and I don't want to give too much because that kind of, it'll ruin the whole book. Like, but the whole, I would recommend it. Read the book. Molly was amazing. Just her as a whole character, she was like amazing. The erotic scenes were spot on. They weren't brutal, they weren't poorly done, they were tasteful, but they were like dirty, raunchy, like all in the same sense. And that was really nice. The story flowed really, really well. I didn't see anything like choppy, bumpy, but that's my opinion. Yours could be different. it was a really good mix of violence with Victor's job and then softness when he's at home with Molly and Theo. They had really great chemistry, really, really great chemistry. I feel like a lot of attention to detail was paid with that, and I appreciate that. Now, would I recommend this book? Yes. Read it. You'll love it. Next book, Pawns in the Bishop Game by Amelia Finn. And holy Jesus, I was not ready for this. This book, from start to finish, it was savage. It was brutal. There are a few scenes where if you are easily triggered, I would not read the book, or at least mentally prepare yourself to read the book. It is a fantastic read. Now, Kane Bishop is our male lead character. He is just raunchy in like a good way. He's dirty, filthy, perverted. Not like, that kind of perverted. He's just got a filthy mouth and he's got a dirty mind, and it's great. It like really fits him well. Jessica, the lead character, which I appreciate her name, she was kind of a glutton for punishment, a whole lot. She put herself in really bad situations several times over, and she's kind of dumb. Like, there's no other way to say it. She was really freaking dumb. I'm like, didn't you learn the first time, girl? But no, let's keep repeating the same mistakes again and again and again. Now, this whole book was really intense. It went 100 miles an hour, but it was so well written that, like, by the time you were done with it, you're like, it's done already? I'm not ready. And it was really gut-wrenching, like 3/4 of the way through the book. It kicks you right in the feels in a not a good way. Like, you really felt sad. Like, there was a genuine feeling of sadness. And it was rough. So rough. And like, Kane is a sneaky bastard. He really is. And like, if you read the book, you'll figure out why. But like, Kane is working for the mafia, and Jessica is a soon-to-be attorney who was trying to take Kane and like the mafia and all that down. And this book was kind of messy, but like messy in a good way. And where these two like meet and mix and interact, they're not supposed to. And it's kind of like a forbidden love almost, which was nice. And like, you find out that Jessica's been sleeping with Kane's case file underneath her pillow, which is low-key kind of weird, but whatever, floats your boat. So I think like from the start, there was Jessica wanting Kane, like, even if it was subconsciously. I mean, obviously, why are you going to run straight into danger and make bad choices if you don't subconsciously want someone? But Amelia Finn did a brilliant job. I understand why these books, like, because there's more books in this series, I've only read the one, have a gazillion friggin' good reviews, because they are wonderful. They're edited beautifully. It flows. It is engaging. It like connects you to the characters, and it kicks you in the feels, and it like makes your feels happy, and then like it makes you feel like dirt. It was a great book. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. Please read it. You'll enjoy it. Third book, Made of Steel series by Ivy Smoke. I didn't like it. I read all 3 books and I didn't like them. Summer is our female main character. I feel like for someone who's endured as much, now I will preface you, some of this stuff it could be a bit triggering to people, but the abuse and, well, I mean, we're talking like sexual assault, physical abuse, emotional, across the board. For the amount of trauma that Summer has endured. I expected a more broken girl. I expected someone who was scared, who was fearful, and just I expected more from it, and I didn't get it at all. And it was really disappointing to have a character like that who could have had so much depth and dimension just flatline. It was really just I didn't like it. And like another character, Miles, I felt he was really flat too. I expected more out of him. And that goes with the rest of the characters. It has a lot of good reviews. I expected more. The whole mafia kidnapping, faking of deaths, all the vigilante, all of that. I didn't buy any of it. It was dumb. I didn't like it. Sorry. Wouldn't recommend. Next book. I liked this one. I do have a couple issues with it though. It's With This Ring by Georgia Lakar. If I said her name wrong, I apologize. My bad. Now, I really liked this one. I do not like how all these like OG mafia dons basically use their daughters as pawns for peace. I'm so over that. Like, really? 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 But it is what it is. That's the premise of the book. They think that marriage is going to fix everything and cause peace between two rival mafia peoples, whatever. Maxim was the lead male character. He was really brutal, like in a good way. Freya, she was fiercely independent. She wanted to just not be a part of the lifestyle. She was really, really fun. I felt Freya was fun. And she was like trying to do her own jewelry line. She wasn't taking none of her dad's money. She lived in like a little shithole apartment, and it was great. And the story overall, I mean, I loved the premise of the story. The romance itself, like for Maxim and Freya to be like falling in love, I felt that was okay. Maxim was really cold in a few parts of the book where he should have been tender and gentle, and especially towards Freya. And I don't know. Like, I loved it. Like, I loved this book because I think it could have been amazing, and I think that's why I love it so much. But, like, it just wasn't developed enough. I felt like something was missing. And while it kind of got you in the feels a little bit, it didn't get you in the feels enough to where, like, Freya's dad was like, you're going to marry this guy. And Freya's like, no. Maxim's like the devil incarnate. And I mean, obviously, it's just like a whirlwind romance. But like, there wasn't a whole lot of like romance. There wasn't enough. There was too much push, push, pull, not enough pull, pull, push. If that kind of makes sense. Probably not, but it does to me. I don't know. I felt like if there would have been some developmental editing, it probably would have made a huge difference in like the whole thing of books. But I mean, would I recommend it? Yeah, it's a nice read. I think like overall, I think if you read it, you'd probably enjoy it. So would I recommend it? Yes, but be aware that it's kind of lacking just a little bit. But that's it. That's it for the week. That's all I'm going to share. I'll get a video uploaded hopefully Monday again. I've got a few more. I've got a couple good ones I want to share next week. Will I get around to it on Monday? Hopefully. I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll see. It just kind of depends on the chaos in my house. So that's it. I hope you guys are staying healthy, staying safe, trying not to go bananas during the whole stay-at-home thing. And that's it. See you guys. Bye.